Welcome to Science Decoded, where ancient stories meet modern reflections and timeless wisdom guides our everyday lives. Today, we explore the rise and fall of one of the most fascinating figures of Indian mythology, Ravana. He was brilliant, a scholar of the Vedas, a master of music, an extraordinary devotee of Shiva. And yet, his name today is synonymous with arrogance, ego, and destruction. His story asks us a haunting question. Why is intelligence alone never enough to save us? Think about it. How many people do you know who are brilliant but arrogant? Who can solve equations, lead companies, write poetry, but fail in relationships? Why is it that intelligence without humility can become our greatest curse? Ravana's story is not about demons and gods alone. It is about us, about what happens when brilliance forgets compassion. Ravana was not an ordinary king. He was a scholar who knew the 6 Shastras and 4 Vedas, a master musician who composed hymns for Shiva, a ruler whose Lanka was called Sone ki Lanka, the golden city, unmatched in wealth. He was powerful, wise, disciplined, and courageous. And yet, there was a crack in this brilliance, a shadow called ego. Ego whispers, "I am the center of the universe. I deserve everything. No one can challenge me." For Ravana, this whisper grew louder with every victory. The world praised him, and slowly he began to believe he was greater than the gods themselves. He once lifted Mount Kailash itself to show his strength to Shiva. But Shiva pressed it down with just his toe, and Ravana was trapped beneath the mountain, screaming in pain. To free himself, he sang praises, the Shiva Tandava Stotram. The irony, his devotion came not from humility, but from desperation. But the clearest sign of ego's blindness was his desire for Sita. Despite all his wives, all his wealth, all his knowledge, his ego whispers, "I must have what is not mine." He kidnapped her, knowing well that Rama was no ordinary man. Intelligence warned him. His ministers warned him. Even his brother Vibhishana begged him to return Sita. But ego deafens the ears. Ego doesn't listen. It only commands. In battle, Ravana was nearly invincible. But what destroyed him was not Rama's arrow alone. It was his ego, the belief that he was untouchable, that no one, not even Dharma, could defeat him. And so, the golden Lanka burnt. The mighty Ravana fell. His intelligence, his music, his power all crumbled because his heart had no humility. Ravana's story is not ancient history. It is a mirror. How often do we let our pride silence the advice of those who care for us? How often do we confuse knowledge with wisdom? How often do we use our brilliance to dominate instead of to serve? In our world today, intelligence is worshipped. We value the IQ, the resume, the achievements. But without humility, without empathy, intelligence becomes a weapon. A brilliant mind with a proud heart is like fire without control. Rama defeated Ravana not just with arrows, but with dharma, with compassion, with balance. And that is the lesson. True power lies not in the mind alone, but in the union of intelligence with humility. So ask yourself, in your victories, in your knowledge, in your achievements, is there space for humility? Or are you letting your ego build a golden Lanka destined to fall? This was Science Decoded, where myths reveal truths and ancient stories guide modern hearts. If this story moved you, share it with someone who shines with brilliance, but may need the reminder that even the brightest flame needs the balance of humility.